Back to Wild Soul Studio. Today I wanted to talk about something that's been in my mind for a while. Not to compare yourself to others. This is something that we struggle with as women, I'm sure, like all of us do probably, because we've been so conditioned to do this because of the hierarchy of society, which I talk about all the time, is like the media and like magazines, things that we grew up getting influenced by. That's why I talk about this so much, because when we're young, we are so influenced by things outside of us. We're literally getting conditioned and programmed during that time of our life. Everything that we see is conditioning us to believe certain things and certain ideas of what beauty is. This was such a struggle for me all my life because I never liked my body. I never liked the shape of my body. I always struggled with it because I have a pear-shaped body. There was never really anyone in the media or during my time growing up that had that body shape. And so I struggled with my body shape forever. Like I always wanted to like whittle myself down. I was always dieting. I was always like trying to like I was a runner, so I would like run and run and run, and I always wanted to look like those runners world people that were just muscle and like they were very thin, and I like idolized this like body shape growing up. Even like fitness influencers and things like that, like we have to be really careful and mindful of who we're watching and who we're modeling ourselves after or trying to, because the thing is we all have a different body shape. All of us do, and you cannot change your body shape. You can't change your height, you can't change the shape of your body, meaning yes, you can get more fit, of course. You can get more toned, but you can't change your natural body shape. And this is something I thought, delusionally maybe, that I could like change my body shape. And I fought tooth and nail. I dieted, I exercised, I did all this stuff. And my body shape never changed. It stayed the same. That's because it's my natural body shape and there's no changing it. And this is the kind of stuff like in midlife that I am starting to realize. That may sound like crazy, like so late in life, like you're finally realizing this. But I realize like I have to accept the way I am. Because if I spend the rest of my life fighting what nature gave to me, like I'm always going to be in this place of never being satisfied, never being happy with myself. And this is something that I don't know, probably a lot of women can relate to, I imagine. What I wanted to talk about was what makes us unique. The thing that makes us unique is the thing that makes us special. It's the thing that makes us us. And if we all look the same, and this is what I feel the narratives get pushed toward, we get pushed with narratives to all look the same, to everybody have this like look. And I talk about this on my channel a lot, and it might trigger people because, people are getting like interventions for aging and things, and like Botox and these frozen foreheads and these, pumped up lips. And we're all told that we have to look a certain way. And now the narratives are getting pushed for skinny again, where before it was kind of swinging the other direction, where more curvy bodies were getting more like in style and fashion. But now, there's the whole like skinny movement with like the weight loss drugs and everything. This is the thing. Like, we're always going to have these narratives pushed on us. We're always going to feel like we don't measure up. So, what I wanted to say is that what makes you special is your uniqueness. And I really do believe this to be true, because every person has their own specialness, whether it's their mannerisms, how they look. Everything that makes you you is what makes you special. And no one is better than you. That's your superpower. Like, think about some of the people in history, like Frida Kahlo, Abraham Lincoln, Audrey Hepburn, Lucille Ball, Albert Einstein. You instantly know who they are, not because they looked like everyone else, but because they didn't. And this is what I see with people. When we all try to fit into this mold, we all start looking the same, and then we lose who we are. And I just feel like that's a real shame, because why can't we see ourselves as beautiful? with our so-called flaws that we pick apart, the things that we see as negative, like a pear-shaped body because it's not in style in the media. Why not make it in style? Why not wear that proudly? I saw a lady at the store the other day. She was wearing a cool dress. It was like a bodycon kind of style dress. She had a nice curvy body. And I was like, wow, I love how she's so confidently wearing a dress like that, because I never wear clothes like that. Like, I am always kind of covering up my curves. Why not embrace your body? Because like when I saw that lady in the store, I thought, wow, she looks so beautiful. Like, I love that outfit on her, like that dress. I was like, ooh, maybe I should get a dress like that and just like wear it, and stop trying to like hide like these bulges and curves, because that's the thing. Like, we've been so conditioned and taught to hide all of these bulges and hide these curves and hide your cellulite, hide your fat, hide all the stuff that like naturally happens, that we naturally have. And I mean, some people don't. I'm not saying everyone is naturally like that, but like some people are naturally very thin, and that's fine too. Because I know that there are people that are naturally thin. I just am not one of those people. I've always had to kind of work, with my weight and stuff. And I have hypothyroidism, so that makes it extra hard. I was just thinking about this recently because I like to like follow fitness influencers and get like exercise ideas from them. And I'm thinking like, wow, like my body will never look that way. I was thinking about this. It's okay. It's okay that my body will never look like that because I don't have that body. And I think that's the danger, because we think in our minds that we can achieve certain results. And I don't think that's always possible. And then we beat ourselves up a lot of times. Like, at least I've been through this where I will beat myself up because I'm like, why aren't I getting those results? And the whole point of this is because you are unique. Like, you have your own unique body, you have your own unique physique, you have your own unique beauty, and that's why you will never look like somebody else. All about like self-acceptance, and that's the journey I'm on. That's what this channel's about, really, ultimately. And it is a wild it's wild in a sense, because we're all conditioned to like fit into these molds of what beauty is. I think there's a real pushback on that right now in the collective, but then there's this whole other movement of like, not that too. But that's what I'm here for on this channel. But I just want to share that. What do you think about when it comes to your body and like your looks or whatever, that you don't like because it doesn't fit into this mold that you've been programmed with in your subconscious to believe is what's attractive? And that's what we've all been conditioned with. And what if, those unique features about you are what make you so special? So it's just something to think about. So if you're growing out your gray hair, I have a free Going Gray guide in the description below. And I also have a PDF. It's called The Inner Shift. It's practices to embody your authentic self. They're just kind of like little like ritual type practices that you can do to start embodying your authentic self and ridding yourself of these programs that make us feel like we're not good enough. So I will link that in the description as well. And if you like this content, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah!